got the thickness planer and the spindle sander from Triton a while back, but I didn't unbox them until recently because I just don't have anywhere to put them. So this week I'm going to be making a dedicated stand for both of these units to go. I started off by breaking down my sheets of plywood. Now, if you're interested, I do have a set of plans posted on my website. So 2 things that I'm doing differently in my shop this week. Since I haven't been able to finish installing my Harbor Freight dust collector, I went ahead and moved my Dust-Rite dust collector and hooked it up to my table saw. The second thing is I'm using a Triton multi-stand for an outfeed table. And I really like this stand because I don't want to build an outfeed table and permanently give up any space. So this I can fold up and set against the wall whenever I'm done with the project. I took the side pieces and drilled a few pocket holes, then used them to attach a top and a bottom. Instead of purchasing sliders for this, I went ahead and just made a shelf for the drawers to sit on. To make installing these easier, I grabbed some scrap wood and cut some spacers. This way I could set the shelf directly on these spacers and then just drill them down. Again, I used pocket holes here. Also, I'm using a clamp here just because my material is a little curved. With the first one installed, I repeated the same steps to attach the second. So I was originally thinking that this was going to be the bottom and that this was going to be orientated like this with the drawers on top. But now that I'm looking at it in this orientation, I think that I'm going to move forward with the drawers being placed on the bottom and the spindle sander being stored here instead. That way I don't have to bend down this much further in order to pick up the spindle sander. I grabbed one of the front pieces and used a speed square to just draw a handle. Then I used my bandsaw to cut it out. Now I did tape both of the front pieces together just so I could do it in one pass. Before attaching all the drawers, I went ahead and grabbed the side pieces and the front pieces and cut a dado near the bottom. And this will be a slot for the bottom to slide in and out of. Once I had the dados cut perfectly to match the bottom, I raised the blade up and then cut the 2 back pieces. This way they're the exact height needed to where they're not interfering whenever you try to slide the bottom in or out. To assemble the drawers, I typically use pocket holes, but this time I went ahead and used glue and brad nails. I attached the front and then repeated the steps to attach the back. Then it was just a matter of sliding in the bottom. Then I could just repeat the steps to make a second, of course. At this point, I went ahead and moved the unit to the floor so that I could have access to what will be the bottom. And this way I could attach casters, because I like everything in my shop to be mobile if possible. And then I simply cut it back and attached it using glue and brad nails. And I think that's gonna do it. I went ahead and put the drawers in, test fitted them. Everything seemed to fit just fine. Now, a modification I'm definitely gonna do in the future is make this spindle sander slide out. That way it's easier to get in and out of the storage compartment. Now, I typically don't like drawers on things because they're just notorious for collecting junk. However, I want to get rid of this rolling cabinet, and so I needed a place to put the few things that I actually store in there. So I went ahead and got that out of the way and then put this in its new spot. So I bet a lot of you are going to suggest that I add wings to the side so that I can run long joints through my planer. But I'm not going to. I have a different idea that I have planned that I'll try in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for a future project with the planer stand. Also, keep in mind that I'm using this for my planer and spindle sander, but really it's a great all-around shop stand that you could use for a drill press, a belt sander, really just any piece of equipment that you need a stand for. So if you're interested in building one, then of course check out welcomeviews.com where I have the written tutorial. And don't forget that I'm now selling t-shirts if you are interested. And that's it for this one. I hope that it was helpful to somebody, and of course I would love to hear your comments in the section below. So I will see you the next time I'm building something. I want to say a big thank you to Harry's for sponsoring this video. With the holidays upon us, it can certainly be stressful trying to figure out what to get everybody as presents. Well, Harry's is making that a little bit easier with their holiday limited edition gift sets. Harry sent me a holiday shaving set that comes with a beautiful copper-plated razor handle, a few 5-blade cartridges, some shaving cream, and a travel kit to keep it all in. On top of that, you can even personalize these by adding up to 3 letters engraved on the handle. I must say, Harry's has impressed me with their user-friendly website and their high-quality razors, but another area that they're completely excelling at is their packaging. I mean, look at this. If you gave this as a present, you really wouldn't even need to wrap it. I personally think that this would be a great present for a dad, a brother, a coworker, or even one of those white elephant gift exchanges. So go to harrys.com and knock out a few people on your list. The shaving sets start at $15, but Harry's will give you $5 off by entering the promotional code April at checkout. But don't wait, because free shipping does end December the 10th, so be quick if you're interested. I've left you a link below, and don't forget the promotional code is April. Happy shopping!